Welcome back. Wow, welcome back to Decode Traders app. Surprise, it's April Fool's Day, 1st of April. I believe you're not yet fooled. Please remember not to be fooled, not to be, lied to and whatsoever. So, but anyway, sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Luis. Good morning, Omara. Good morning, Felix. So, as usual, this is done here. Decode Traders app, and ready to get into today's analysis. So, without any delay, let's pray and then get into the analysis. Father, we thank you for the beautiful morning. Thank you for it is 1st of April. We have entered a new month, and we know that new blessings, new opportunities, new success, new victories are upon us. So we say thank you for that. I thank you for even in the VIP we're going to see success. We thank you for the 68% win rate that we got last month, and now this is a new month. We know that we can even make to 80-90% win rate because you are the one who does all things. So thank you for the signals, thank you for today's trades, thank you for today's opportunities. We give you praise and we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed, amen. Right, so let's now jump as usual to crash 500. Those who have been with us for quite some time now, remember this is episode 112. So those who have been with me ever since episode 1, even before, I think even before we got back, we came here to YouTube when we are still using Google Meet. I think you already know how we normally do this. We normally follow the order of the assets we analyze. So we're starting as usual with crash 500. All right, so let's do this. So I hope my sound is good and you're not having any interference apart from some little bit of buffering that of internet buffering that I'm seeing on my end. I don't know if it is at 500. So yesterday, those who are on the VIP, you already know that this was a given signal right here when it gave us this change of character. But I had a better entry here. I told you guys to enter when it gave us this kind of pullback. So on here, it's where I told you again to make an entry, and it kept on playing for hours. It played around this area for hours until I think until around 10:09. I told you guys to just close your entries, and we call it a day because I trading one asset for over 4 hours or more, it is just wastage of time when it is not moving. So we closed it, and immediately after closing it, I think a few hours later, price came down and it activated the limit order that I had down below here. Activated the limit order that I had down below, and that's how currently right now that's how it is performing. So for now, the plan is still on, the plan to take us all the way up there. If you can go to H1, you'll see the plan is still there to take us right about there. But we are currently, oh yes, actually according to H1 we should have entered. Those who have some big accounts can actually do that, or you can wait for again another breakout according to H1 right there. So you can either wait, or when it gives us a pullback probably on a lower time frame, probably M15, then you make your entry, but as of me, it came and activated my limit order right there, just like you see it. So I want to first clear up some things. So clear up that. Yeah, just take out that. This, take it out. You're looking for that. So this can first go off. The other one is to take us according to H1. So it first comes all the way here. So first leave it on that on that level there. So apparently we see, according to M15, pull back to that fair value, that order block. And now we know when it comes to the order block, it's gonna give us a break of structure. It's gonna give us a break of structure. So this high is gonna be taken out before it can retest, unless if it is consolidating within a certain channel or what. But when it normally reacts from the an order block like that, the momentum is very strong. It goes ahead with a good and strong momentum that it can easily give us a break of structure. So we may see a break of structure right here, but if we don't see it, then it will only be coming to retest probably a fair value gap and then continue with the uptrend. But I want to now first go to H1 and see that that candle is going on strong. If this if the last candle we've started on M15 is as strong as the previous ones, then we may see it close actually above the previous high here. If we go to H4, we know we are looking for buys, but there's gonna be a change of character once we break out on this very level according to H4. That is where we will see a change of character from according to H4. So you can clearly see that the entry here is okay, but a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, so we can wait for the breakout either on H1 and then pull back, just like I told you, like this yesterday. I already showed you that, and then pull back, or you can enter now if you have a big account. But I don't normally advise entries which are in between a moving trend already, so I'd rather wait for a certain pullback for me to make an entry. If I've missed a better entry, I don't force any entry in between a moving trend already, unless if I know that it's coming immediately there and I'm entering just to scalp and then take the short monies and move out before it makes a retracement, because that is like suicide. All right, that is enough on this is enough on crash 500. Let's now head over to boom 1000. Boom 1000. So we are still looking for sales. The daily time frame, we are seeing some sort of a pullback today. Looking at H4, we had seen some kind of a breakout from that expanding symmetrical triangle. According to what we have as the previous trend right here, we are still anticipating something like that to take us again right about there, just around that level. Yeah, so as we speak, we are in buys according to H4. Yeah, according to H4, we are in buys. It came and tested this other level right here, right there, right there. That is an H1 order block. Yeah, that's an H1 order block right there. Came, tested it, and went all the way up into buys. So as of now, it's very hard to actually look for entries of buys, but we can try. Let's first delete all this, delete all that. That fair value gap is mitigated. We can take it out. Even this. First go back to H. Wow, still a bit tricky, very tricky, very tricky. Yeah, still a bit tricky. According to daily, it has to be like that, you know, so which clearly tells us the story that according to daily, we actually need to see this kind of move right here from there to there. You get, so that is according to daily. We need to see price get all the way back there according to daily, but it's not yet confirmed fully. It's not a confirmed kind of a scenario right there. So as of now, I want to see the recent data. So according to the recent data that we had this kind of expanding symmetrical triangle, and it first broke out here, but it was in a fake breakout, because we knew that we had to break out, continuing with the previous trend. The previous trend, according to what we see here, is a buy trend. So already we had a change of character right about there. So all this was just a pullback to later on bring us back into buys. So once we understand that, we can go to H1 and look at what we have. According to H1, price is already above our 10 MA, touched the order block, went all the way up into the buys. All we need is a pullback to grab either liquidity on this fair value gap, or if we go to M15, we can even get a better fair value gap price it may return back to. So if I do this according to my fib, immediately you will see that this fair value gap is lower 50%, meaning it is in discount, meaning we can wait for our buy entries. And of course, it is around the 61.8 retracement level of the fib. All right, so having seen that, I can now anticipate, according to what I see, CCI, my M15 is overbought, meaning I can anticipate sales. So all I need is a pullback and enter sales to bring me back here shortly, and then I come in with my buys just like you see right there, or I can easily even draw something else. I'm gonna be looking for at least 50% of this very fair value gap. That is what I'll be aiming at. Let me just delete that. Let me use this. Yeah, I'll be anticipating that right here, and then take us all the way to the other side. So right about now, if I go to M5, still it is moving straight. It's not having any pullback, but on M1 we will see advisable to leave them and wait for a better entry that follows the trend. Remember, the trick is always trade according to the trend. That is the first trick we teach when we are teaching the students. You don't want to trade going against the trend. Always follow the trend. If we are in a buy trend, trade according to the buy trend. Look for buys, don't look for sells. So that's why retracement trades are always risky and tricky to actually come around. So if you're not comfortable trading retracement trades, just leave them and wait for price to come around here and make your entries to the buy, to continue with the buy trend, just like we know we are in already. So for now, I'll leave that at that and head over to Boom 500. Boom 500. So Boom 500. Oh man, it reacted where you needed actually. Today morning, came back here and immediately went all the way to the yesterday's reaction didn't happen to this, but today's reaction has happened to that, which was in line with yesterday's anticipation. So as of now, the buys are, wait a minute, let's start from weekly. We are looking for a retracement before we can continue with the sales. Before we can continue with the sales. So if that's the case, then daily should be in a buy trend, and yeah, that's what we are looking at according to CCI. According to CCI, all the way from there, that's where it started to give us a signal. When it touched that, then it came up again around, almost touching it again. But according to H4, we should have already started the buy trend, and clearly we haven't gone to the overbought, meaning we are still in a buy trend. And the last candle came, touched that fair value gap just like we saw on H1 and started to get into the buys. Remember, price came back to this order block right there, came to that order block according to H4, and now we should be seeing, after giving us a change of character right here, yes, after giving us a change of character right there, price came to test the order block, and now we should be seeing enough momentum to actually push price into the buys and even give us a break of structure right about there. So as of now, if I go to H1, let's delete all that. I don't know what I've deleted now. Gosh, this is crazy. Deleted things I didn't have to delete. Anyways, I'll get to know what I've actually deleted that I still needed. So as of now, we have as of now, first delete that. Now price has reacted from that fair value gap, of course having given us another change of character right there as bought, almost overbought, actually not overbought yet. So I have that very issue. This is also, even today, it's gonna be a no-go for me. This asset, it's a bit, I don't want to risk to have a big stop loss, because if I'm to enter, my stop loss would be down below here, below this fair value gap. So that would be a big stop loss. So if I go to M15 and I look at the structure that I'm currently having, we first use this previous one because that one is not yet closed out. This will be giving like a confirmation, like a continuation of the previous trend. This is what it will be giving me, meaning I'll be looking for things like that as my first TP, then this as my second TP, yeah, and probably even the other one as the third TP. So clearly price is gonna buy, it's going to buy. This is M5. According to M5, it's going to buy, but it may only reach there and then come to sells. Yeah, according to what we see, we have a fair value gap right there, so it may only reach there and then it comes to sells right about again back down, according to M15 and H1, just the momentum it's currently giving us. So once I know that, first go back to M5, delete, you can delete this for now, just maintain that because it's clearly continuing. So if this candle closes without entering back inside, then now I can't enter this short buy. I will enter when price reacts back there and gives me a confirmation to make sales. At least I can sell according to M15 and H1. Yeah, but as of now, no. So if it happens to give us that, then it's gonna be coming back to this order block. It's gonna be coming back to this order block. So this will be this to come test the order block and then go back into the buy, just like we need right about there. So as of now, this is a no-go. This is a no-go. Just wait for it right there before I can make my entries, my entry for the sale. All right, that's it for me. Boom 500. I'm not trading it. Let me head over to before I head over to, look at that. What did I tell you? Look at that spike. Look at that spike before we even went to volatility 25. I just went back like a minute to check what was in 1 minute before I could even understand what was going on. Look at the spike it has given us to reach to the fair value gap that we were talking about. So that is how weird these assets can be. Yeah, but as of now, it has even exceeded, and it has, I think, given us this kind of, that is way big. It's gonna give us this kind of second one. Let's go to M5. It's it's giving us this one right there. Yeah, this one right there. So the sales are going to start now that it has given us that. So the sales are going to start. I believe they are going to start. So all I need is let's see, M1 is oversold, overbought, meaning we can wait for at least actually it may continue, it may spike again. Let's wait. Let's not rush it unless it gives us a confirmation to sell and gives us some entries for the buy. For the sales, we can't sell it. So for now, this is a no-go. Boom 500 is a no-go until I see either price being below my 10 MA or until I see some probably lower time frame change of character. I can't sell this, so it's a no-go for me. Now let me go to Volatility 25. Yes, look at that, it has again spiked just like I told you. So it's a no-go for now because it has gone all the way up, and meaning it has now gone to the third TP. That is where the third TP is. Yeah, so let me leave it there. That was a third TP and it has reached that level. So is it going to exceed that? We'll wait and see if it will actually exceed that. So enough of Boom 500. Let's head over to our V25S. V25S. Yesterday it was a funny thing. It was, I don't know why it was having the momentum form, so the guys kept on pushing price all the way up. So when we wanted to make an entry to actually sell this asset down below after giving us what we thought it was like a confirmation of a double top right there so that we can now sell it, it kept on consolidating. And those who remember, we had the entry right here. We had our entries right here. Those of the VIP I had given you the entry to actually enter this retest sell trade to take us down below here or there, but it kept on consolidating. And I later told you guys, once you see it in profits, or if you can, break even and move out, you move out, because like I told you, I don't love trading an asset for over 5 hours or what, when it is not changing anything, when it's stuck within one thing. So one thing you have to remember is never trade a consolidating market or a ranging market. They are very tricky and dangerous. So that's what happened here. So I hope when I told you those on VIP to move out, when you see it, or when you break even, move out, or when price gets back into profits, you move out immediately. I hope you did so, because it was evident that it was going to go against the initial direction that we had anticipated. So it actually went up, broke out, tested, and went on. But you can see even the momentum was that very weird until it grabbed liquidity on top of that support, that resistance. I think it is Is it a resistance? What is that? That was an order block. That was an order block. After breaking out of it, daily was not yet closed, so it's all so the block no longer needed. It was even never respected. It came to respect what? How did you come to respect this one right there? That's what you came to respect. So you can actually first go to H4. And so that gave us a fake breakout. Then we have another block right there. And now I can delete it actually. Why do I need it? So go to H1, look at what we have on H1. That's another block. It's not still perfect. Let's go to M15. Let's go to M15. First go to M30. Okay, go to M15. Now check where price reacted. Not that, not that. So it is on M. Oh, maybe it is that fair value gap. That is so weird. I'd rather go with that. M30, still not really. And now I see the fair value gap right there. So that's M30 fair value gap where price reacted to. So if it is H1, H1 can't work, so it is M30 fair value gap. So price reacted to M30 fair value gap and went into the buys. Alright, so now having understood that, let's look at what we have currently. So we needed price to do this, it did not, so I can delete all that, all that, all this, all that, all this, all this, take it out. Now first head back to weekly. We are looking for sales, daily, sales. We are looking for sales according to weekly. Is the retracement done? I doubt it is, so the buys may still be on. So daily we are looking for buys, and we can see the momentum of yesterday's candle. It was a strong buy, and having seen that on daily, we can go back and see on H4, and we clearly see a change of character according to H4. And that tells us that price is coming now into sales to test this level. It may test the fair value gap here according to H4. It may test the order block, this last order block that gave us that. It may test this right there. It may test that order block right there, and then it goes back into first delete that, then head over to H1, and H1 currently is overbought according to CCI right there. If it is overbought, that means we are anticipating sales, and clearly price is below our 10 MA or exactly on the 10 MA, so we can wait for either the sales to come around and hit our level here, and then we enter our buys, or we can wait for and an entry for the sales, but looking at what the momentum that we have currently, it's a weird one. It's going to be a weird kind of trade. I may not enter it at all. I may not enter this weird kind of sell trade on this asset. So I'm just going to leave it. I want to first clear up these that I forgot right about there. Never gave us that. Delete that. Oh, by the way, I want to first remind you that according to daily, this was a break of structure right here, gave us a lower low, and this may have been a lower high. So in as much as we are saying we may continue looking for buys, we may not. Why? Yes, we need retracement there because of that order block, but it's not a must. Having knowing the market structure, we have break of structure, now we have a lower low. This should be a lower high, which is now coming down all the way down to give us a new lower low. So even as much as we are using CCI right here and it's giving us that we are oversold, it doesn't mean we can actually rely on it. So if I take out that and that, you will clearly see that that was a break of structure right there, and price came back to react back to it. First delete all that. So let me just draw that again. So that was a break of structure there. Price came back to react on the breaker block. That is, we call that a breaker block right on that level there, breaker block level, and that's where we see the sales come in again. Which gives us an indication that that is a lower high in creation. So if I go to H4, I can, yes, of course H4 is still showing us buys, but according to daily we have sales. So a higher time frame is key. Sometimes you know that is key. We normally follow what the higher time frame is telling us. So before you quickly make a decision and actually follow what the indicators are showing you, you need to understand price action, understand market structure, what is giving you, and that's where you get your clarity of what is going on in the market. All right, so enough of that. That's what I'm gonna anticipate as of now according to H4, but until then I will only anticipate this because of the change of character. But if it goes ahead and breaks through here, that means this will have been a confirmed lower high according to daily time frame. That is it. I will leave this at H1 and head over to V75. Today we are time bad. Where I wanted to give you the entry, it never actually happened, so I couldn't give you that second entry that I was waiting for. But yeah, I made the entry right there. Having seen that rising wedge, I knew that price is gonna come right there, but I didn't. I think my TP was a bit low, so it didn't hit my TP, and it took me out on SLs and profits right about there. So as of now, let's look at what is happening. First delete that, this, and that. It has taken everything. This thing happens to me every other time. Let's now first head over to let's head over to weekly, daily, selling, H4, selling, H1, we are oversold, but according to the structure we need to continue selling. Why? That is a change of character, pullback right there in that fair value gap, then continued with a sell, and clearly we have a break of structure right here, right there. So we are coming for a lower low, then lower high later. So whatever CCI is showing us is a bit tricky, but it cannot be that tricky because of the momentum we are currently seeing on H1 right there, and clearly there is an order block. It is not a valid one, but it can even be effective whether valid or invalid, but as of now we may have it just for just. Let's go to M15, understand what is happening. To understand, let's first drag it all the way this side, and clearly you'll see the same thing, and price is reacting on that level so much. So this is just a wastage of time. It's gonna be just a wastage of time for us to even analyze this asset. Yeah, for us to even analyze this asset, I may take it as a wastage of time, because yeah, this is a wastage of time. So because of that, I'm just gonna move out of this and leave it alone until we are having some substantial. Yes, of course, CCI is showing we are oversold according to M15. Same thing according to H1. So if price is going to react to from this level here and is taking it as a support level or whatever, that means it's gonna react back where I don't see any liquidity left back. I don't see any point of interest. In fact, let's first do this. Let's first do that. So if that's the case right there, and we hold a breakout, perfect breakout retest, and then started a sell, this can only mean one thing, that price has to come right there, and that's where it came to. So it means we may see buys. Yeah, it means we may see in the stop losses of the early buyers right here, and probably the pending orders for the sells that are right here. So okay, let's wait and see. We may see a pullback to grab liquidity. Once we have liquidity, then we can enter the buys according to M15 and H4. So for now, this is a no-go to me. All right, let's now move to jump 50. We have about 6 minutes. Wow, jump 50. Weekly, we are selling. Daily, we are selling. We have even a change of character, so we need to see a pullback either to that fair value gap right there. H4, we are H4 we are selling although it is having no momentum. And having seen that, if I go to H1, we are actually in a buy trend. We have a change of character right there. We had a change of character right there, and then we started to see buys. And this was yesterday, I believe. Yes, that was yesterday. But then did I make an entry? No, I did not make any entry, but it somehow happened how we wanted. Having broke out, it did that and then came with that. So we missed that entry to actually make that money. So I can easily delete everything right here. It has already been used. This is not that much of a valid order block. So H1, let's first go to H1. This is a change of character, so we are likely coming back around this level. So weird. Weird. Now we are buying. We are in a buy. Price has to first reach that level right there before we can see sales that we need according to H4. And according to daily time frame. So that's what we need. That's what we are looking for. So remember, daily we are oversold. We are overbought. We need to see a retest. Having seen the change of character, we need to see a retest right there and then come with a sell. H4 is giving us buys as a signal, but it needs to give us a retest. We left some liquidity up there. There's some small fair value gap right there and whatsoever. So we need to see that kind of pullback before it can continue with a sell. Yes. Now H1, on the other hand, we are in a buy. So this buy is the one that is pushing for price to reach there, and that aligns with what we are looking for. So right as we speak right now, there is a certain kind of pennant information. Yeah. So as we speak, according to M15, yes, it is a bit weird, but if you go to H1, that is a pennant. So it means this here we are oversold, overbought from right here, and clearly that's where the sale started from. Then we went in a bit and then came down again. So it's a bit crazy with M15. Price may react back to that order block and then come back again into buys to touch the other trend line. So until that, we may enter this trade, a buy, short buy to take us there, but also remember it may give us a fake breakout to come around that level, to come around such levels before it can take us all the way up. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that a fake breakout can happen with pennants, and then it takes us out. It takes the stop loss of the early buyers probably right here, or those who have been buying it all the way from this level and they have their stop losses just below here. They take them out and then they continue with the buy. Right there we have a fair value gap. Right there, that is a fair value gap on the change of character immediately. So price is likely to first come there before it can continue with the before it can continue with the buys. So alternatively, I can even do this according to H1. I can even do this according to H1. And if I go to M15, that will be how, M15, that's how it will look like according to M15. And I think that's the best way to draw this, not as a pennant, just like it is giving us to the current data, using this as our low, but now using this other level right here and there. And that's how I believe it's gonna work out as we speak. So what do? There's an opportunity to sell this asset. Actually, there's an opportunity to sell this asset. All we need is to wait for confirmation on M5, confirmation on M5, and sell this asset. Yeah, that is jump 50 for us there. So those are our two alternatives that are going to happen. So this, I don't see it as much of an alternative now, having seen what I've seen here. So I may take out this alternative now, take it out, and let's have this one right here. It's gonna take us to that trend line. It can even give us a fake breakout to this other fair value gap and then take us all the way into buys. So without wasting time, I'll just put my limit order right there according to this fair value gap, and I will wait, because that's the only point of interest. Oh, we have another block here. We have another block there. So those will be two. So another block right about there, and the fair value gap down below. Those are 2 points of interest where price is likely to activate our buys and take us all the way up, just like we need on H1. And then once we are done with H1, we come with sales according to H4 and daily time frame. Right, so leave this on M15 and let's move to second last asset. First take out Bollinger Band right there, jump 25. So what is happening on jump 25? Weekly, we are selling. Daily, we are buying. Weird, very weird. Okay, H4, we are selling, but look at the momentum. Look at that. Why do we waste time on this? Let's go to H1. Just like we had anticipated yesterday, the buy. In fact, I missed this entry and I waited for this. By the time it came, I was occupied. I couldn't give out this signal. I failed to give out that kind of signal. But yeah, that's what I followed up. I was waiting for when it comes back right there. It came back to that fair value gap right there. Alright, now having seen that, we can clearly delete all this, all that. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so go to M30, daily. H4. It has gone back to that level. H1. We have a change of character retest right there. We should be in sales right now. M15, and the sales are on, but now we need to actually have a better TP level defined for us using this. And once we see something like that, we know that we are aiming for this very TP right about there. So all we need is now price to come around that again, or in fact it may go all the way to that last order block. It may come there. Once it comes there, then you have no other choice but to sell that asset, to sell this asset from that very point. And that would be my entry. Or if it comes around here, let me go to M5 to understand more. Yeah, it's likely to come there actually. Yeah, so for now I will hold. I will not try to push any sales right where it is. I will just hold my order block right there, and I will have my limit order. I can add another one in between if it decides to try to look for a liquidity grab. Yeah, as of now, those are my two entries that I'm gonna make on this very asset. That is jump 25, and it's gonna bring me right about here, right about there. And clearly, if I take it all the way to the left, you will see exactly that is a valid order block on that level where I anticipate to take my profits from. So this is a jump 25. Let's now go to jump 10, and we call it a day. Jump 10. Weekly, we are looking for sales. Yeah, in the longer run. Daily, we are looking for actually some buys, which is like a pullback, or call it a retracement. H4, I mean, price came back to that valid order block, and now the buys should be starting without a doubt. Then H1, still not giving us oversold, but it is giving us some double bottoms right there. Go to M15, still skeptical about it, but we know that we are going to buy this. So anyone who has a big account can actually enter on H1, but it means your stop loss will just be below here to be safe. The stop loss will be below this order block. Yeah, because right here, this should be an H1 order block right there. But is it valid? No. I think we are good to enter buys. So right here, we may be good to enter buys. So let's go to M30, and the sales are there. Let's come back to that, and I have no other patience to wait for. This is a return to this fair and this order block according to M30. So now I can enter, put my stop loss just below there. I can actually put it below there. Below this order block. And now I will aim for my profits just about there. I can aim for my profits just about there on that order block. But if I go to M15, that's where the profits will be. So that is my entry. and I can't. Let me just go to H1, I mean M5. M5, it may give us some more sales. It may give us some more sales. We will wait and see according to M5, but how? I don't see it. I don't see it actually do that according to M5, because it came to that order block on M5, touched it. So without a doubt, those who are on VIP, please enter, put the stop loss where I've just put it. This is a confirmed entry for jump 10. For jump 10, that is a confirmed entry. And those who are not on the VIP, take this as a free signal to you guys. Jump 10. Yeah, that's a buy. We're taking it all the way up. First delete this, and then let's look at H4. Where are we anticipating? H4, H1. Let's look at H1. H4, the buy, daily, the buy. Yeah, we can actually look at all the way up there as our TP, all the way up there. It came to this trend line. It may go to the other trend line where we are currently. We may look at it going to the other trend line as are now where we are. So let's wait and see how it plays out today. But as for me, according to H4, according to H1, according to M15, and according to M5, they have all ticked my boxes. That's why I had to make that entry in real time. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. Oh wait, we haven't done a recap. Sorry guys, sorry. Let's do a recap and we can call it a day. Reminder that today is the last day. Today is fast, meaning April has started, and if you are online and haven't subscribed for the VIP, then you have a chance till 2 p.m. I think. Yeah, till 2 p.m. But anyways, like I said yesterday, it is about you. If you still come tomorrow or Friday, you still pay the same price, $15, as long as you want to join the VIP. Yeah, because I don't want but until this week ends, after this week ends, then we will not have any subscriptions. We will not have any more subscriptions, unless if you still say you want to join and you're okay with paying 15. So that is the only thing. Then the other subscription, like how we did last month, on 2 weeks, some decided to pay half. When we were 2 weeks remaining with 2 weeks, some paid half to join the remaining 2 weeks, and I believe those who joined still benefited and were able to make money with us. All right, so let's do the recap. So that's a buy. It came, did the retest, retest. PM did the retest. Wait a minute. Let's go to M5. Come to that order block. Come to this order block for the retest. Okay. So we know this. We know this. This is what we are currently having, and that will be a flag as we speak. Yeah, as we speak. It may not come down to give us what we are thinking of. So we've missed an entry there when it did that, so it is likely to go straight out there. Now that it failed to come again, it cannot come again here for some reason. Since it is a flag, it may just continue where it is and go to the buys all the way up there. So the first TP is there. I don't know if anyone was monitoring to make an entry right there, but yeah, we've missed that entry, and it was according to M5 on that order block. That is the entry. M15, M30, yeah, I'm not seeing it coming back, but if it does come back, then we will have an entry for the buys again. So let's leave that at that. Boom 1000. We need a pullback, and clearly, just like I told you, we were supposed to enter now on that second candle. This is M15. Can we do the entry? Yeah, I think we can, but it will be a bit tricky, but I can easily enter that. It means my stop loss is going to be a bit big right about there. If it comes for liquidity grab, then it will take me out. I'm okay with that. I don't want to have a stop loss like that when because literally I should be putting my stop loss all the way up. What is happening to the internet? I don't know why it is not adjusting my stop loss. Okay, I see the way it was the internet. So if I put it right there, are you guys hearing me? I'm having a challenge now with this boom. It is not, let me see if it will do the TP. Nothing it is doing. It's MT5. It's MT5 that is slow. It's MT5 that is slow. So if we put your stop loss there, actually we can. If you're using a small lot size, you can, and but then you'll be looking at like a target of 1 to 2. Yeah, your target will be like a 1 to 2. It's a 1 to 2 without a doubt. It's a 1 to 2. Yeah, your target will be a 1 to 2 straight right there. So that's a sell that we've just entered. So if you don't want to be in a high risk, you can put your stop loss above here, but that means you'll be at a risk of being taken out by the liquidity grab. So, but as of now, we've made an entry on boom 1000. We'll be taking our profits just about this fair value gap, that fair value gap. So boom 500, yeah, it did exactly what I told you. It went all the way up, and clearly we need the sales, and the sales have started. Can we enter according to M15? I think not yet. we will get an entry, but we know that this entry is likely to bring us to this order block, not this fair value gap. So in fact, I can easily remove the fair value gap here and leave alone the order block. All we need is probably M5. We can use M5, but if we don't use M5, then we can wait for M15. That's it. V25s, that's a no-go, still very tricky for us. This is what volatility 75. What did we say about it? We need it to come all the way here. It's coming all the way here, but can we actually enter that sell? It's a bit tricky. I may not buy it. I may not actually look at entering that. This is jump 50. We know the price is gonna come here, but do we have an entry? Not yet, but if it does give us a pullback around that level, then we can actually have an entry. If it does do that, then we can actually have that entry of a sell to bring us down below, So, and it's clearly in position to give us that. Let's wait and see. Jump 50, jump 25, it's gonna activate my limit orders. So I don't know if you guys put the limit orders right there, those who have been following, but yeah, if you put your limit order right there, then your stop loss should be around 12:30:78. Yeah, that's where your stop loss should be, around that level right there. That's where your stop loss should be. So you don't want your stop loss to exceed that level, and then bring the TP all the way to this order block. That is jump 25. And lastly, jump 10, we are in profits, but somehow it is having a low momentum. But this is jump, so you may see it is having a low momentum, and before you know it, it jumps all the way to up there or down below. So you just have to wait and let it play out. That's it for today. Hopefully you guys have had a great time, and those who have taken the signals and are already making money, congrats. Let's meet up tomorrow same time. And those who are ready to pay for VIP, and those who have paid, thank you. And those who are ready to pay and subscribe for VIP, you can easily see my number there. And of course, lastly, today the classes are starting, the mentorship classes are starting. So you still have time between now and 3 p.m. You have time to register if you want to learn to learn how I do it. You have now, if you want to catch up the first lesson, you have now at 3 p.m. But of course, even during the course of the week, you can still catch us, because we will not have started some, diving into deep of a lot of things. But after this week, you may never catch us. You may never catch up. So you still have today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Yeah. After Thursday, you may never catch us up on what we will have discussed already. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading day. Remember to apply proper risk management and don't overtrade. It's a cancer to risking your money. So don't overtrade and apply proper risk management. See you guys. Happy trading day. And I wish you a happy new month. I hope we'll be at the end of this month, we'll all be happy, enjoying the money, and of course giving God the glory. Happy trading.
you.